morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome YouTube to Early Morning Coffee Talks. It is a beautiful Monday morning, a marvelous Monday morning. And we in December finally. Hey, we getting close to the end of the year. As you can see, me and the wife put the Christmas tree up. It's very beautiful. And was excited to do it again. We was like, you know what, let's go ahead and put it up. We're not gonna wait and keep putting it off. We was gonna put it up right after Thanksgiving, but we was like, we'll just wait till December 1st. So it's up. We're ready for the holidays to be brought in, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday morning. Before I get started, I want to always give flowers and shout out to you guys. Thank you to you guys for being consistent and watching the videos. Saturday, I did the marriage news on Saturday. If you guys might have seen it, but that was my first video that I consider that went viral. It hit over 1,000 views, plenty of comments, plenty of likes. Man, I appreciate you guys for really pushing it and getting it to be pushed out to the internet. It was a pretty cool video. I enjoyed it. It was talking about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, just their situation, and it was all surrounded by marriage, right? And shout out to everybody who commented and everything, and who watched the video. Also, I didn't even notice it on Sunday, but that was my 100th video. We get notifications and stuff from YouTube as different key points we hit throughout our journey on building on YouTube and shooting these videos. So they might let me know, like, hey, you right at your 100th video. I'm like, wow, sometimes you just working and going through the motions, and just you don't even notice it. But shout out to myself, man. That's a pat on the back. I'm just working. I'm not really I want to say I'm not really acknowledging it, because what matters is the value I'm giving you guys, not how many videos I shoot, right? It matters about the value, it matters about who's talking about it, and that's what I really care about, right? Again, bringing value to you guys. And so, again, shout out to me, and then shout out to you guys. I always want to make sure I give flowers. Now, with that being said, the fact that I did hit 100 videos, man, you know what? It's just interesting, the stuff that I've learned. And, I want to put this quote in here before I go into really the message. Let me say this. Success is the small sum of small efforts. Or success is the sum of small efforts repeatedly every day. And I want to say that was Robert Collier. I think I got that quote from him. And, it's just a reminder again when I play sports of how we used to say, football is a game of inches. And, it just all correlate. And so that's one thing I've learned even more so that solidified the journey that I'm on and the different markers that I'm hitting throughout, my personal journey, about just stay consistent, man. When it comes to the weight loss, when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to my marriage, when it comes to my daily skill building, just stay consistent. And that's one thing I want to say to you guys out there. Listen, did you plan yesterday? We talked about this on my first video about, planning your week, being consistent so you can, if you plan your week, you'll be consistent, because you'll have, different framework in place. That way, if you do even stray off the path a little bit, it's easy to jump back on, because you have a plan in place that you can be consistent. All you got to do is follow it. Just follow your plan, man. Be consistent. And so with that being said, when you follow it, it starts to build momentum, right? Like the regular stuff we do over time basically compounds. And so when you look back, you're like, man, I've made, significant progress. And it just keep building on that brick by brick by brick. Again, you don't have to do backflips, man. It's about the little things. It's about the regular effort. It ain't got to be this egregious effort, this monumental effort. It's the little efforts. It's the little decisions you make every single time that you're trying to, build consistency and be successful. That's what it is. And also, the next phase to that is like it creates reliability within yourself. Like you start to trust yourself. You start to really be proud of yourself, because you're like, man, I'm winning. I I can trust myself to do what I say I'm gonna do, right? Other people can start to trust me when they ask me to do something, or I tell them I'm gonna do something. You consistent with your efforts. You continually demonstrate that you somebody who can be, counted on, and it's not even for other people, again, for yourself in your personal and professional life. You know what I mean? Those are the things, like, you want to start to see wins, not just keep taking lessons, them L's, right? But you have to win at every level, and it starts from the small, in my opinion. Just from what I've seen, that's worked for me, and other successful people as well. And even with that, when you start to build momentum and you become reliable with it, it leads to the most important thing within this framework, which is it leads to skill building of what you're trying to do, which is mastery, right? So if, like I said, me going to Toastmasters, listen, yes, I can, get on this camera and speak very well sometimes. Sometimes I still stumble, but that came from me putting in the work week after week after week, going to Toastmasters and learning about how I'm articulating, how I'm delivering the message to you guys. And that's what it leads to. Whatever skill, if you want to be a painter, you have to consistently do that consistently and keep building on that. If you want to play piano, you want to learn to, excel or whatever. I don't know. Whatever you want to learn, it starts in building momentum. And then once you get going, you start to rely on that momentum. You start to rely on yourself that you can do it. And then after a while, you kind of master it, And then it's like, it's like getting in your car, right? You had to learn the gears. You had to learn what reverse mean and park, the P and the R. You had to learn where the windshield wipers were. You had to learn, where the key was. Sometimes on the left, it was on the right. You had to learn where the turn signals were, where the lights were in the car. You had to learn these things, right? But once you learn them and you start using them over and over while you was learning how to drive this car, it started to build a momentum. And then you started to trust yourself that you can drive this car. You started to trust yourself that you can rely on it. It became a reliability. And then lastly, right, we get in the car, we've mastered it. Now, some of us out there, right, we still working on our driving skills, right? We still working on, man, should I make this turn with this car? Hey, I'm saying to say, most of us get in the car, it's no effort now, right? To crank it up, to back it out, and to get on the road and get to where we need to go safe. Most of us, we still got some folks who just take risks. But I say all that to say, hopefully that particular example made sense. And on a small scale. So, but again, be consistent, man. I think you guys would appreciate what that does for you out there. And like I said, I appreciate it what it does for me, because the more and more I'm consistent with myself, the more and more I get connected with God, and I'm consistently having that relationship. Again, for you guys who don't know my story, it was a long time I wasn't connected to God. A long time. And it was, a big story behind that, with my mother's death, and just life choices too. I can't only blame it on that. It was just life choices, lifestyle. But the more and more consistent with connecting with God, the more and more consistent I pray, the more and more consistent that I'm showing up, not only for myself, but for Him, the more and more I'm able to be consistent, and it shows, just the whole thing shows up for me, comes back, a full circle comes back. So, but that's what I wanted to talk about today, man. Just be consistent. If you didn't plan yesterday for today, as you go back to work, if you get a lunch break today, if you get 10 minutes to sneak away, just do a rough draft of, hey, what are the things I need to do this week? What do I need to do today? What I need to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on and so forth, right? Just make small bullet points. You can write on your phone. You can write on a piece of paper, whatever it is, and just attack it, man. You'll start to see you build momentum. You'll start to trust yourself, being reliable to yourself. And after a while, you'll master your schedule, so you can stay consistent, with your family. You can stay consistent with your kids. You can stay consistent with yourself. I don't want to keep, beating a dead horse and being repetitive, but I got to make sure that I'm getting my point across to you guys on how powerful it is just to be consistent. And so, again, If you're not taking my word for it, just look at successful people. They'll say the same thing. They were consistent. That's really what it was. It wasn't, a lot of people don't have talent. They have hard work though, and they're consistent with it. And that'll always be, hard work always would beat out talent. It just is what it is over time. So anyway, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Drop a comment below. You know, subscribe to the Husband Code if it's your first time, or if you've been watching for a while. You know, I'll show some love, man. Like the video. That way the algorithm can push it out. And we've just found that out, you know, from my quote unquote viral video, right? People were liking it. It was going crazy. So keep liking it. Again, hit that notification bell. I drop a video every day. Right now I'm dropping 2 videos every day. So I have a video for y'all guys later. And until next time, y'all have a great Monday, a marvelous Monday, and peace.